Now, we all know that there are some parents out there who are concerned about talking to their children too soon about race, and they feel that that is taking away their child's innocence. Well, an article on strivingparent.com states, playing into the notion that your child's innocence is more fragile than other children who don't have the option of not talking about race may actually be preserving white supremacy. So, do you think having these tough conversations about race is taking away a child's innocence?
I just had this conversation on Housewives of Beverly Hills. One of the ladies said, you know, I don't want to talk to a 4 or 5-year-old about race. And I said, that's great. I'm glad you have that privilege. I don't have that privilege.
Right.
I need to, you know, talk to my kids as early as they can understand.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give them things that are going to scare them, but I'm definitely going to have a conversation with them about race. And I feel like it's, what's the conversation you want to have about race? And I wrote this down so I don't forget.
Okay.
Is it about prejudice, social injustice, racial profiling, or their safety? There's like, what is your goal
Different
in
steps.
these conversations, right? And I know with my boys being biracial, their dad is white, it was important for me to empower them before somebody put a negative connotation on their mom's, you know, black and their dad's white.
Right.
I didn't want anybody to do that. So I created this book series called I Am Mixed so that it helped kids feel like they belong to a family. They don't have to choose. And I'm dropping names. I don't like dropping names. But anyways, I asked Halle Berry to write the foreword for this book.
Oh!
And she said, when I sent her the transcript, she said, I wish I had a book like this when I was growing up. Because I felt like I had to choose. I felt like, you know, if I chose my mom, then I wasn't choosing my dad. And this book is really about you're the best of both worlds.
Yes.
That being said, Jeannie Mai, I have your first baby gift. So they know they're loved from both sides and they don't have to choose.
Thank you so much for this.
Oh, you don't
have to give you. No, I do, because
God.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, it's so sweet.
We have to have these conversations.
You really
We
do.
definitely have to have the conversations. And what age is that for? What age?
My boys were 3 when I wrote this book, and I was going
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They said that you could start as young as 3 months
Yes.
Wow.
with a baby
Yes.
because a baby needs to see different people than their caregivers, than their parents.
Yes.
So that's why I always go around, like, I'm gonna be around Baby Jenkins. I'm gonna be like, look.
Baby Jenkins gonna be around some black people.
And let me tell you, there's some babies that look at you, you go, oh my God, maybe they've never seen a black person. But I also think that white little girls should get black dolls. I don't think, you know, it should be white kids with white dolls, black kids with black dolls. You should have all types of dolls.
Absolutely.
I think straight out of the womb, we should be constantly teaching kindness and acceptance to children all the time. And I think that's the key. It's not just like, oh, we're having deep racial conversations, but you can teach kindness.
Absolutely.
You can teach acceptance. You can teach that you can be the change that this world needs. You can teach a child, be good to people. If somebody's treating someone bad, you stick up for them. And that goes for anyone of any race.
You can teach identity straight out of the womb.
Absolutely.
I want my child to know I am black and I am Asian. And both of those paths are not easy paths to live today in this world. And you have to understand what your parents went through to get to where they are today. Like, not only are my kids going to understand that I'm a first-generation born immigrant here, that my parents came by boat, they were refugees. They came to a land that didn't openly accept them. And they had to pave their way to get their education and speak English and to learn how to build their own money and build their own community. But also Jay came from a neighborhood in an area that was very underserved and very overrepresented in the bad ways. And he today is living a life. Your daddy's money is based off on representing the culture and making people feel seen and making black people stand proud and be represented the way they deserve. Like, your kid has to know this, because the one thing beyond just identity and culture is also understanding, like, the only way we make it in this world is to have money. But money isn't fairly distributed in this world.
That's right.
And
But you know, and that's the thing, the grassroots efforts to stop racism and bias begins at the home.
Absolutely.
And so this why it has to, and thank you so much for writing that book. Real quick, another really good book, because there are a lot of good children's books, it's called You Matter by Christian Robinson. And it's a very highly illustrated book, and it's for all kids. And it's just something that, you know, we should really just teach your children, please.
Can I just tell you what Garcelle's friend Halle Berry said on the book?
Yes.
She just happened to write on my book, I Am Mixed. I Am Mixed is an invaluable teaching tool that all children of all races can learn from.
I
we
love
go.
that.
Amen.
I love
Amen.
that.
Thanks, HB.
Not HB.